Welcome to all. In this particular video, we will see the concept of sum of min terms. So, in the previous video, the last concept was product of max terms. So, here we will concentrate on sum of min terms. There is one more concept is available for you. So, the point is the Boolean functions expressed as a sum of min terms or product of max terms are said to be in canonical form. So there is one possibility. So if you have the doubt whenever you receive that what you mean by the canonical form, then you have to say that if the Boolean functions are expressed as the sum of min terms or product of max terms, then they are said to be canonical form. Okay, now any Boolean function that is expressed as a sum of min terms or as a product of max terms is said to be canonical form. That is the same concept. To convert one from one canonical form to its another, its other equivalent form, interchange the symbols sigma and pi. Okay, now and list the index numbers that were excluded from the original form. So this is a small one theoretical concept. When you get into the actual thing, you will get the better idea, don't worry. Okay, so here they say that you have to just interchange the symbols, so that sigma to pi and pi to sigma. The next thing is that min terms whose sum defines the Boolean functions are those which gives the ones of the function in the truth table, since the function can either be 1 or 0 for each min term. Okay, and since there are 2 to the power n min terms, one can calculate all the functions that can be formed with the n variables. So they say that 2 to the power n. Okay, now it's sometimes convenient to express a Boolean function in its sum of min term form. So ultimately the function can either be in 0 or 1, because ultimately the input will be in the same fashion, isn't it? The series of zeros and ones. Based on that, you go for either it is either for x dash or x, isn't it? So that is what I just tried to explain in the previous video. I have given some examples also, real-time examples. Fine. So here also the concept will remain in that same fashion. You can go through this table, it will give the better idea. So if there are 3 inputs x, y, z, and all the inputs are 0, if that is the case, then m naught will be like x dash dot y dash dot z dash for product terms, min terms of product terms. So min of x dash comma y dash comma z dash, that is the instruction or function you are going to get. But when it comes for max terms, some terms out of some terms for max terms, so it is like m naught equal to x plus y plus z. So here it is for x plus y plus z equal to max of x comma y comma z. So it is only possible when all the inputs are zeros. X input is 0, y input is 0, z input is 0, then some terms will be like yx plus y plus z equal to max of x comma y comma z. It is a max term, so it is not about the min terms, it is for the max terms. Okay, in the same fashion, say you can go for a 1 0 0. If x equal to 1, y equal to 0, z equal to 0, in the product terms it is like x into y dash into z dash. But in the same fashion, for some terms what you're going to do, it is x dash plus y plus z. So when x and y and z are 0, the some terms will be y and z itself. But when x equal to 1, when the input of x is 1, so this will automatically convert to x dash. So m4 equal to x dash plus y plus z, and the function is like equal to max of x dash comma y comma z, something like this. So you can visualize the rest of the example also. Say for 001 it is again x dash dot y dash dot z, and for max term it is x plus y plus z dash. Why z dash? Because z value is 1 in terms of some terms, and it is 1, that is the reason why it is just a z for product term. So you have to interchange, that's it. Ultimately you are interchanging, and by seeing zeros and ones you are coming to a particular calculation or conclusion that what you have to take, whether it is a complement of thing or it is a general input. Okay, based on that zeros and ones or values of zeros and ones, you can take the appropriate decision. Now there is a concept of conversion between canonical forms. Okay, so how to convert the canonical forms? So for converting the canonical expression, we have to change the symbols, that pi as well as sigma. The symbols are changed when we list out the index numbers of the equation. How to list the index of numbers? So I will with the example I will show you how exactly you can list the index numbers of the equation. From the original form of the equation, these indices numbers are excluded. The SOP and POS forms of the Boolean function are duals to each other. Now what is SOP and POS? So SOP is nothing but sum of product, and POS means product of sum. Okay, these two are the forms. There are, see, I have already said what is SOP and what is POS in the previous videos, product of sum and sum of product. There are the following steps using which you can actually easily convert the canonical form. Okay, first one is change the operational symbol used in the equation, such as sigma and pi. Okay, that symbol which is for operational symbols, it has to be changed. The second thing is use the dualities De Morgan's principle to write the indexes of the terms that are not presented in the given form of the equation or the index numbers of the Boolean function. You have to just use De Morgan's principle to write the indices. Okay, so these are the two main steps which you have to follow. Now with the example you can see here, it is a conversion of POS to SOP. So product of sum to sum of product form. How can you do that? For getting SOP from SOP form from the POS form, we have to change the symbol pi to sigma. First you have to change the symbol to pi to sigma. After that we write the numeric indexes of missing variables of the given function. How can you write it? We are going to see how exactly you can go for it. The first thing is there are following steps to convert the POS function. Say for if the function is like f equal to pi x comma y comma z 2 comma 3 comma 5. If the indices are in that way, if the values are like that, if the numerical values are like 2 comma 3 comma 5, then what you have to do, that is equal to x y dash z dash plus x y dash z plus x y z dash. Now how you got x y dash z dash? 2. How to represent 2? Again you have to convert 2 to that binary, isn't it? What is 2? How can you write 2? It is, can anyone say how to write 2? 0 0 0 0 0 1 0 1 0, isn't it? You have to write like that, isn't it? So this is the function you are going to get for x y z. So numeric value will be 2 comma 3 comma 5. So the function will go for x y dash z dash and x y dash z and x y z dash. Fine. Now in the first step we have to change the operational sign to sigma. So it was previously it was pi, now you are changing to sigma. Next we find the missing indexes of the terms. It is 0 0 0 1 1 0 0 0 1 1 0 0 and 1 1 1. What are these missing indexes? So from 0 to 7, 2 3 5 they are already given. Now what is your work? You have to list 0, you have to list 1, you have to list 4 plus 2 6, you have to list 4 and you have to list 7. There are total 1 2 3 4 5 4 5, yeah, 5 items, 5 numbers, 5 indexes, because rest of the 3 indexes are they have already given numerical form 2 comma 3 comma 5, isn't it? Okay, finally we write the product form in the noted terms. Now 0 0 0 can be represented as x dash y dash z dash. Why? It is a product, isn't it? So into, so whenever you are going for product, so 0 will be in the complement of the input. If the input is 0, then you have to complement it. Now how can you write 0 0 1? It is x dash into y dash into z. Why just z? Because input is 1. If the input is 1, say you have to see this table, you have to understand why you are going for just x dash y dash and just z. You have to see why it is just x y z dash. All those information can be retrieved by seeing this table, or in the previous video also I put one simple table there also. But in that table you don't have the function concept min and max, but here you have the concept of min and max. Fine. So now for 100, how can you write? It is x y dash z dash. Now how to write 111 x y z? Because all the inputs are 1. That is the reason why you are not complementing the x value, y value and z value, or that inputs. Now how can you write SOP form? It is like f equal to sigma of x comma y comma z. Then you have to write the missing indices now, 0 comma 1 comma 4 comma 6 comma 7, isn't it? Rest of the functions they only have given 2 3 5, they have given there. Now you have to search for the missing thing. Now missing is 0 0 0 1, sorry, 0 1 4 6 7, and equivalent thing you have to write in front of that. So x comma y comma z to of 1 0 1 4 6 7 equal to x dash into y dash into z dash plus it is a De Morgan's law. You are going for duality thing. That is the reason why after each and everything you have to go for plus thing, and it is sum of product. That is the reason why you are going for plus. Okay, plus x dash into y dash into z plus x into y dash into z dash plus x into y into z dash plus x into y into z. So you are writing the same thing in a SOP form. Okay, this is how you can convert POS to SOP. First you have to interchange the symbol, then you have to find the missing indices, then you have to get the appropriate product form. Then once you get the product form, you can get the sum of product form. Fine. So this is how you can convert. And conversion from SOP to POS, it is completely ulta. Isn't it? It's a kind of ulta thing. See, for getting POS from the given SOP form expression, we will change the symbol pi to sigma again. After that, we will write the numeric indexes of the variable which are missing in the Boolean function. Now, there are the following steps used to convert SOP function. So, the function is f equal to sigma of x comma y comma z. It is 0, 2, 3, 5, 7. So there are how many numeric forms you have received? It is total 5 numeric forms. So you have to go for finding out 3 missing forms for the product of sum form, to get the product of sum form. So it is equal to x dash y dash z dash plus z y dash z dash plus next x y dash z plus x y z dash plus x y z into into POS. So it is in a very small form. Let me zoom in here. So it is something like f equal to pi of x comma y comma z. It is 146. So how can you write 146? Why it is 146? Because that is the missing thing, isn't it? So at the end you can see the actual output. Okay, don't need to look into this. You can get the same thing in the last line. So the first step, we change the operational sign to pi. After that, what you are going to do, you have to find the missing indexes, the same thing, but here you are going for plus instead of into. Why? Because you are converting sum of a product to product of sum. That is the reason why. Okay, next we have to write down the noted terms. How? 001 can be x plus y plus z. 100, it is x plus y dash plus z dash. Okay, there is one issue. Okay, now it is there is a dash is missing, isn't it? So it is for 001, it is x dash plus y dash plus z. For 100, it is x plus y dash plus z dash. For 110, it is x y dash. Should be x dash. Sorry, it should be x plus y plus z dash. Fine. Is there an issue? I don't think there is any issue here. So this is how you can go for the appropriate form. So okay, you have to do a ulta thing. That's it. You see, if you get any confusion here, you just go back and see this table. Using this table, you will get the better idea. Okay, now once you convert it, then your work is to write the POS form, product of sum form. How can you do that? It is pi x comma y comma z. So it is the missing variables are 1 comma 4 comma 6, and appropriate information can be written in front of that particular thing. This is how you can write the product of sum form. Okay, so these two are the example for conversion from SOP to POS as well as POS to SOP. You can take down this example and try to solve it. If you can, if you have any doubt, you can get back to me. Okay, so this is how you can do the conversion. Fine. Now there is one concept called other logic operations, so I will deal this concept in an upcoming video. So try to take some functions and try to solve these, and if you get any doubt, you can get back to me. So you have to remember this. You don't need to buy hat. Actually, you don't need to buy hat. You learn one thing, whether it is a product of term or sum of term, and the product of term will be completely ulta. You have to change the plus to dot form, and if you don't want to do that, if you want to go for vice versa, then from dot to plus form. So that is how you can interchange plus and dot for product of terms as well as sum of terms. Okay, so these are the some of the examples. If you have any doubt, you can get back to me. Okay, let me wind up here. So rest of the concept I will upload in the next video. Yes, if you have any doubt, definitely you can get back to me. Okay, thanks for watching.